Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a tag video. I have not done a tag video in a long time. But this is one that I'm actually interested in doing. Most I just don't really get into. But I was tagged by Melissa Gold in the self-care tag. Now this tag was started by Drea. I'll link both of their channels down below so you can check them out. But essentially it's talking about how quarantine or lockdown or self-isolation has treated you and how you've been coping. So there's 16 questions which I'll pop in the description box. I'm not going to tag anyone in particular, but if you're a YouTuber and you're watching this and you think it's something that you would like to contribute to, please do, and feel free to link your videos down in the comments section for other people to watch if they want to see what other people have to say about these questions. So question number 1 is, have you taken up a new exercise routine? And yes I did. Ballet classes were obviously cancelled, and I didn't really want to become like a sloth at home, because I knew that that's what would happen if I didn't start doing something. So I started doing some just like 10-minute sort of core routines, and then I noticed that my legs weren't quite as strong as they were like pre ballet classes being cancelled. So then I started like a lower body routine, and then I noticed my arms were going. When you do ballet, you have your arms up a lot, out a lot. It's a lot of like upper body sort of support and like strength that's required. And then I started doing an upper body. So it sort of developed into like a 30-minute full body routine that I was doing, which I previously did not do. There were also, this is like fantastic, some of the big like ballet YouTube channels started doing basically bar classes, like bar class videos, so you could follow along. So I started doing them every now and then as well. I do have a bar in my room, but I also find it a little bit difficult doing ballet like on my own and not having a teacher there, because I'm still very much a beginner. I'm often wondering if my technique is correct, like is my body positioning correct. I know that I have an issue with like posture in ballet. It's often being corrected by a teacher, so I didn't do too many of those sort of follow along classes, because I was concerned that I would start to develop bad habits, and once you develop the bad habits, they're really difficult to get out of, essentially. So I prefer to just go back to ballet a bit rusty and strong all over, rather than going there with like bad techniques that might take me a long time to undo. Question number 2, be honest, how much are you snacking? So snacking definitely hasn't changed for me. I think what has changed is actually how many meals I'm cooking at home, which now is so much more. We rarely have takeaway anymore, and that was actually like, it wasn't really a coronavirus or isolation thing. It was sparked last year when I decided I was going to do a budget and stuff like that, and I went back and I looked at all of my 2019 spending, and I saw how much money I had spent on takeaway, and I was frankly fucking appalled. It just felt like such a waste of money. Yeah, you know, I look at it and I'm like, how many takeaway meals do I remember having last year that were just like absolutely outstanding, and I could probably count them on less fingers than one hand. And then I compare that to how much money I spent, and I'm like, that just tells me that most of the takeaway we had was shit. It either arrived cold, or it just wasn't good, or it makes you feel bad, or like whatever. And I was like, I would honestly prefer to have that fucking money in my bank account or an investment fund, rather than eating shit trash food. So I decided that I was going to cook more at home, and I found that a little bit easier to do in isolation, because you're not out all day running errands. You aren't, going out anywhere. You've got time during the day to like meal prep and, get things done, so that when you do go to cook dinner in the evening, it's so much easier. So yeah, that was like probably a silver lining. And now that restrictions are easing, I'm like, I need to find a way to like make time to make sure that I don't go backwards, because that has been like a big improvement in my life. Question number 3, are you putting on makeup just for fun, or are you skipping the makeup? For the most part, I have been skipping the makeup. Initially, when we went into lockdown, I was wearing makeup quite a bit, and I was enjoying it. And then I was just like, I can't be fucked. I don't care. I don't fucking care. And that was like quite a big chunk of the time. And now I'm kind of getting back into it. So yeah, I would say predominantly I skipped the makeup. I just didn't give a fuck. Question number 4, have you done anything to your hair? No, I didn't do anything. I didn't cut my fringe. I didn't color my hair. I didn't cut my own hair. I did nothing. Some of you might notice that this is new, and yes, it is. By the time you're watching this, it's less than a week old. I just had this done a couple of days ago. I've got a little hidden rainbow, which is nice, and the like feather effect, which is, it's cool. But they're extensions, so it's not permanent. Yeah, I didn't do anything to my hair, but I haven't really been the type to do anything to my hair for quite a long time. I wanted to grow my hair out and just have like my natural color many years ago, and I've done the hard work and I'm there now, which is great. So yeah, I wouldn't be going and fucking that up, since it's something that I had to be so patient for. I did see quite a few people online starting the curly girl method, which I thought was a fantastic idea, because the curly girl method is, it's hard to adjust to, essentially. And when I saw people were like, I'm taking this opportunity to like adjust to it in ISO when no one's gonna have to see my hair, I was like, you're clever. You're very clever. Well done. Question number 5. How are your nails and lash extensions holding up? So I don't have eyelash extensions, and my nails were doing really good, and then they all just sort of shit themselves. And I know exactly why. It's because I use traditional nail polish rather than gel. And traditional nail polish just does a number on my nails, whereas gel seems to just, it's like they're kind of in love. Like, my nails love gel polish, and gel polish loves my nails, and I shouldn't stray from that. So my nails look like shit right now, but it's my own fault. The only like sort of what I would consider high maintenance thing that I have are my extensions, but they were pretty fresh when we went into lockdown, and they take quite a while to grow out anyway. So I was just lucky that restrictions eased when it was time for me to go and get them changed. So there you go. Or, well, yeah, I had mine changed, but technically it would be like tightened, I suppose, or moved up. I don't know what the terminology is. Madeline, help me out here. Question number 6. What do you miss about the normal outside world? Friends. Friends is pretty much the only thing that I miss. And also I noticed while we were sort of like stuck in the house, I was like, fuck man, how good would it be to just go for like a weekend away, like drive to the country, and like just before lockdown started, we had like a little overnight camping trip planned at a friend's farm. So disappointed that I fucking missed out on that. So disappointed, but we'll be able to do it again soon, so that's good. Yeah, I was thinking like just having the freedom to jump in the car and be like, I'm going away for the day, or like I'm going away for the weekend or overnight or whatever. I miss that. But yeah, friends and the freedom to just get in the car and fuck off and like be on your own, I miss that. Question number 7. What are your YouTube channel recommendations? Okay, so I'm gonna put this in with question number 8, which is favorite podcasts. Now, I did not watch much YouTube at all while I was in isolation. Because YouTube is like essentially my job, I've got 2 channels that I work on. I don't really spend a whole lot of time actually watching a lot of YouTube these days. I'm more inclined to like watch Netflix or I don't know, whatever. But something that I did find myself doing a lot on YouTube was watching the back catalogue of the Mile Higher podcast. I'll link them down below as well. And I really like their podcast because they just shoot the shit about like stuff. So they talk about conspiracies, crimes, stuff like that. And I like to just put them on in the background while I like declutter something or clean a room or fucking, I don't know, whatever. Just, it's like background noise, and it's interesting background noise. So that was pretty much the only YouTube that I was consuming while we're in isolation. Question number 9, what have you been binging on TV? Netflix everything. And I've found myself going back and watching a lot of like older movies that I've seen a million times before. I don't know why. I just found comfort in like watching things that I've already seen. Don't get me wrong, I did watch, you know, some things that I haven't seen before. But yeah, just going back and watching like, you know, movies from my teens or early 20s. I don't know, they just, I suppose it's like going back to a time when we weren't in isolation. But yeah, no, Netflix has been like basically my entertainment of choice. Question number 10 is favorite book or book series. Now if we keep this to like, you know, isolation, I haven't been reading. I haven't. I found that I did try, like I found every time I sat down with a book, I'd start to fall asleep. I'd only get like a few like pages in and I'd start to like doze off. And not because the book was not interesting. Like we're talking about reading a Game of Thrones book that I got years ago for Christmas and I never read it. And I love Game of Thrones. I've read all of the normal novels, or the, you know, the Game of Thrones novels. This is sort of like a, not a spin-off, but like a prequel book. And I can't do it. I don't know what it is, but reading seems to put me to sleep now. Now maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I need to be doing it at night when I'm actually in bed, but I've been sort of, you know, I'll go and sit out in the sun and try and read a book and then I'm like dozing off. So yeah, I gave up. I gave up on reading. Question number 11. Have you taken up any new hobbies? No, I have not. I had like a whole bunch of coloring books, like, you know, those de-stress coloring books. And after I'd sort of binged watched Netflix to the point where I was like, my God, my eyes are going to go square. I should probably, you know, stop staring at a screen. I was like, let's try out these coloring books. No, no, I'm not that person. I got bored in like 10 minutes. It's just, no, it's not for me. Essentially what I did was work out or watch Netflix or clean, declutter, film videos, edit videos, stuff like that. Question number 12. What are you doing to relax? TV, Netflix, podcast, that's pretty much it. My God, what have I even done with my life for the past 2 months? Question number 13. Post a picture of your pets. So something sad that did happen in ISO was we lost one of our rainbow lorikeets. And actually, if you're here and you're watching this, you probably watch everything. So you'll know that Jesse and Dexter went in for beak and feather tests, and also a like to find out what sex they are. Turns out they were both boys, and here's the big mystery. They don't have beak and feather disease. They tested negative, which is so strange because they both got sick around the same time. I don't understand. What the fuck is life? What the fuck? I don't know. Anyway, now I have to take them, I have to take Dexter and Burb back to the vet to get them both checked out again. And yeah, I don't know. There's no answers. I don't know. I can't even get my head around it. Question number 14. Post your favorite or funniest meme. The one that I still laugh at to this day, and I don't even know how many times I've seen it, how many times I've like purposely looked it up because it just makes me laugh. Cardi B, coronavirus. Oh my God, I fucking loved that rant. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. That was my favorite. That was definitely my favorite. Last question, question 15. Your fucking hooray. Big or small, something you're grateful for or something that made you happy this week. So this is the things that have like sort of really gotten better for me. I've probably started in the last like 2 weeks. First would be being able to see my friends. That has really helped. We are now in Victoria. We are allowed very small gatherings with social distancing, of course, but it means that you can have social interaction outside of your home, like the people in your home, essentially. So that's really good. That's really, really important to me, and I've found that it's extremely important to my mental health. Because I am a carer for my mum, I'm essentially the breadwinner in the house. I run all of the errands. I do all of the like housework. I do all of the cooking. I do it all. Plus I've got, beauty news, and I try to maintain this channel as much as I can as well. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. I'm busy. I got fucking shit on my plate. And I find that if I don't have something to look forward to or an outlet that is away from all of that, then I start to lose the plot. And that definitely happened to me in isolation. I, had my like kind of just want to fucking stay in bed and like don't speak to me. And also like lost all motivation to do anything for a while there. So, throughout the week I work and I get everything done. And then on the weekend, I'm like, I'm going to go out with my friends. Like we're going to go and have dinner, or we're going to have drinks, or we're going to go dancing or whatever. And like, I know that when I go out with them, it's like, it's not looking after someone. It's not fucking worrying about bills or housework or work or anything. Like it's away from all of that. So not having that has been really difficult, and losing motivation to like do anything, that just makes doing anything fucking difficult. Like you've still got to do the work and the cooking and the cleaning and all that shit, but when you're not motivated to do it, it just becomes 10 times harder than it actually is. And it was just a circle jerk essentially, because there's no outlet. I'm not getting any respite from it, and you've still got to do all of the shit that you now just fucking want a break from. Like, leave me alone. So yeah, that was hard. That was definitely the hardest part of being in isolation. But in the last 2 weeks, it's really improved, because now I can have an outlet. You know, I can go to my friend's house for dinner for a couple of hours and not feel like I'm fucking going stir crazy in the house, which is really nice. Alright guys, so that is it for the self-care tag. Thank you, Melissa, for tagging me. I enjoyed watching your video and I enjoyed answering these questions. If you guys want to watch Melissa or Drea's video, I will link them down below, like I said, and I will put the questions down there if you want to answer them yourself in a video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!